Welcome back, everyone. Great to be here with you today on this Mindset and Motivation Monday. And I'm excited to share this one particular superpower that I really believe everyone should be implementing in their life. Maybe not 7 days a week in the beginning, but I'm telling you right now, once you begin to see the effects of it, you're going to want to do it every single day. And that is because it is my belief, and I've shared this before, and I'm going to link up more podcasts here for you today on today's show notes, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But I believe that everyone has about 5 to 6 hours per day that they are not using to the best of their ability. Now, I don't need you to schedule every single minute of your day. However, if you have a goal, if you have a why in your life, something that you need to achieve that will make you a better person for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, for your kids, whatever it might be, for your grandkids, you kind of owe it to yourself. Not kind of, you do. You owe it to yourself to achieve that, because the bottom line is, for the most part, everyone that I've seen in my practice is a happier individual when they are moving towards something in life and when they are working on a worthy goal. So I ask you, and I've asked you before, what to you is a worthy goal? Because you can't ask me what's a worthy goal, because really I'm living within my own reality and you're living within your own reality. So as long as it's a goal that has meaning to you for a specific reason and does not harm others, well, that's a worthy cause. That's a worthy goal for you. So then I ask you, if you have a worthy goal and you believe that you need to achieve it in order to better your life and better the lives of other people because of what that will bring to fruition, why aren't you working on it, or why haven't you already achieved it? Or could you be working on it to a greater degree? And the answer for most people is yes, they have a worthy goal, but it's kind of been shelved. You know, it's been put on the back burner for a long time now, just letting it simmer. And the reason is that they don't think that they have enough time. They don't believe that there's enough dedicated time during the day in order to make it happen. And what I want to do is help you today to take that back with a totally different mindset. And honestly, 3 weeks of implementation. That's all it's going to take. You hear me talk about that 3 weeks quite often. 3 weeks for functional medicine detox, 3 weeks for fat velocity weight loss system, 3 weeks for gut-based healing protocol. And the reason is that remarkable results happen within a 3-week period of time. Not always 2 days, not always a week, but absolutely in 21 days. Does that mean that you get rid of all your autoimmune issues, all your blood pressure issues in 3 weeks? No, that's not necessarily the case. But 3 weeks, you already see results. And then that's going to lead you to more results. And then eventually, well, lo and behold, you're a healthy, happy individual. That's really what it's all about, right? So what are we talking about here? We're saying everybody has a goal, wellness-based, weight loss, body transformation based, could be weight gain. It could be spirituality, spiritual based, could be relationship based, creating a more fruitful relationship, one that's more engaging, more loving. And then the last one is typically career, finance, etc. Now, some people might be all set in terms of career, finances. Some people in relationships. Some people are all set in spirituality. Some people have the weight loss, but maybe they still have wellness-based issues. So what I'm saying for me is, don't let me create your goals for you. You create your goals simply based on what keeps popping into your mind. Your subconscious is telling you this is what's important to you. Listen to your subconscious. Literally, it is the inner you giving you advice, giving you direction. You may not know how to implement it, but honestly, that's the easy part. It really is. The implementation is the easy part because all you need is the formula, and the formula is out there. I've taught that before. It's out there. So today is, we need to then implement what your subconscious is telling you with the given formula that's easy for you to find, but you have to be able to actually implement and do. But here's the big issue then everybody runs into. So you might say, okay, I get it, and I agree, but I don't have the time to do this. Well, here's one superpower, honestly, one superpower that everybody has the ability to do. Now, it can be on the front end or the back end. I'll talk about this in just 1 second. But what we need to do is take back of some of that 5 to 6 hours of open time per day, okay? There's about typically 2 to 3 hours on the front end, 2 to 3 hours on the back end of the day. What I want to share with you is the free podcast on those missing 6 hours per day, it's called. So if you go to stephencabral.com/2040, we'll link up that podcast as well, because I can't go over that today because I have one goal for you today. So I want to make sure that you listen to that show. And for that missing 5 to 6 hours per day, believe me, it's there. It is there. We don't think of it that way, even for myself, but it's there. So what I want to do is just help you with 60 to 90 minutes today. And I'm going to ask you for 90, because if you shoot for 90 and you only get 60, you're golden, right? But I want to shoot for 90 because I know you can get 90. So this one superpower that everyone can implement is waking up earlier. You might say, well, how is that a superpower? I'm going to explain it to you like this. It's very difficult to say no to other people, especially your loved ones. So if your partner or your kids are in the same house as you and they're awake, then when they ask you for time and attention, you're probably going to give it to them. And even if you don't, you might be distracted, right? So what we need to do is take back time during our non-work hours. Let's say you're with the kids from, let's say 7:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, getting them ready for school, then driving them to school, and you might have your own job that you're working at. So let's just kind of say, for the sake of argument, that somewhere between 10 hours, 8 and 10 hours a day are blocked off. That's other people's time. Okay, but also keep in mind, when other people are awake in your house, that can be a difficult time to get your work done as well. The only real time then, realistic, again, because I'm a realistic person. People will tell you to do this, that, and the other thing. But I'm realistic because I have 2 young daughters, 7 and 9 years old now. My wife, I've got my crazy French bulldog Moose, and everybody takes time. My dog needs to be fed. He needs to be taken out. My girls need attention, rightly so, when they wake up, and I want to give them that. They need breakfast, all these different things, right? So here's what I want to share with you. I know what time they get up, and it's about 7 a.m. Somewhere around 7 a.m. is when my household wakes up. Excuse me. Maybe during the school year a little bit earlier. Maybe it's between 6:30 and 7. So what do I need to do? I need to make sure that I wake up 60 to 90 minutes before that. And honestly, it's based on your goals and implementation and how quickly that happens. So if you're okay with getting ready for yourself for the day when the rest of the family is up, well, then you can start getting ready after the rest of the family wakes up. Because you might have a couple different bathrooms, say good morning, everybody starts getting ready, right? That could be part of your plan. Totally fine. So you don't need to add your getting ready time into that 60 to 90 minutes. For me, I like to be ready, awake, and good to go for the day by the time my family wakes up. So it's actually very easy for me. If I take 30 minutes to get ready for the day, get all my stuff laid out for the day as I'm about to share with you. And I'll go over a couple more things as well. But I still then have a full 60 minutes. I have 60 minutes. That's my time. And again, I'm aiming for you to get 90 because maybe you're looking for a second career and you can't work on your second career and getting started during your current job, right? And that current job could be any number of things, whatever it is that you're doing. So, and I'm going to go through some examples in a moment, but what I'm saying is for me, I get to work on my work during my work time. That's good for me. But if I wasn't able to, well, I'd have to carve out a little bit more time. A lot of people say before bed. I get it. You can definitely do that. The problem is it's just not healthy to do. Humans are meant to wind down when the sun starts going down. And if you're winding back up, it's not ideal. Now, do I love to read at night? Yes, I do, but I don't love to do more work at night because that's kind of counterproductive for how our parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system work. But again, I share that on a different show. What I'm trying to make the argument for you today, and again, it is a complete game changer. I'll teach you how to do it next Monday, all right? How to do it next Monday. That's going to be episode 2047. Today, though, is why you must do it. So first things first. One, we need to have a why. Set your goal. Now, I said a goal, not 20 goals. Set a goal, maybe 2 maximum. And I'll show you in just one moment why. Set one goal. Now, we need to have focus. We need to have focus for 60 to 90 minutes during that day. So let me give you examples. If your family wakes up around 7 a.m., you need to wake up at 5:30 a.m. If you don't know how to wake up at 5:30 a.m. and you think you'll be completely groggy, I'm going to teach you what to do next Monday. For right now, just understand the principle. When you wake up and the rest of the world is asleep already, you feel such a sense of satisfaction. You've already accomplished something for the day, literally just by waking up. You might say, well, that's not a very big accomplishment. It is, because it's an extraordinary accomplishment. If you've never heard my podcast on being extraordinary, I'll link up that today as well at 2040. So if my team could do that, that would be phenomenal. Here's the thing. It is not ordinary to wake up at 5:30 a.m. What's ordinary to do is to wake up just enough time before you need to fly out of the house completely stressed. That's ordinary. What I need you to do is do something extraordinary, which is waking up at 5:30 a.m. or whatever time, an hour and a half before you have to be ready for everyone else. So I'm asking you for your own time, for you, before you're already at service for everyone else. Now, what are you going to do in that 60 to 90 minutes? Well, you're already going to have it mapped out. You're not going to wake up and be like, hey, what should I do now? No, you already have a regimented plan. It's the same plan that you do every day. It can't change from day to day. Here's why. If it changes from day to day, then it's very difficult for your mind to be on autopilot and experience what it needs to experience every single morning. It basically burns in a new neural synaptic pattern in your brain. We wake up, we do this, and this. Like, I don't even have to think about it anymore. I wake up, I grab my dog, we go downstairs, I let him outside, I brush my teeth, splash some water on my face, start to shave. I literally start to get into the morning. Like, that's exactly what I do. I like to prep and be ready for the morning first thing. You don't need to do that. For me, this goes back 15 years ago when I turned off that kind of grogginess, that parasympathetic nervous system, started to get my body prepared for the day. But what matters for you is that you do the same thing in the same exact order every single day. You get to choose. I've got many podcasts on morning routines, but you need to create that morning routine. But here's the thing, and I wrote down what your 90-minute routine could look like, okay? And again, if 90 is too much for you, start with 60. That's okay. But eventually, if you can get it to 90, well, that's 90 minutes of you time. You probably will never get that again any other point in the day. And that's okay, because you got it first thing in the morning. I don't necessarily get that time, except for some gym time I have in the afternoon, first thing in the morning. That's it. So let's talk about it. You have to understand your why. It always comes back to that. Why are you going to read a book every single day? Like, why are you going to do that? It doesn't have to be the same. It should be actually be the same book, because you're going to finish a book a week now. Why would you read a book? Why would you read a book a week? Well, again, you know my 10 minutes, 3 times a day strategy. Well, if we can do that now, first thing in the morning, fantastic, right? We're getting that. We can still keep it the other times of the day. But if you read a book a week, you're reading 4 books a month. And I always have this strategy. I tell people, if you want to become an expert in anything, read 12 books on the subject, right? Are you going to be like the elite person in it? Maybe, maybe not. But you're definitely an expert. If you read 10 books in one topic, believe me, you are an expert compared to 99% of other people. So if you read a book a week, now you're reading 4 books a month. You read that 12 books in what? Instead of a year, you read it now in what? 3 months. You are now an expert in a topic in 3 months. You say, how can you be an expert in a topic in 3 months? Well, it's by putting in the work, right? You just did it. Every single day for 90 days, essentially, you read. And you read enough that you can finish that book in a week. And there's no doubt about it that you can do that if that's a goal of yours. But you have to say, why would I read 12 books in 3 months on the same topic? It's because you're trying to solve an issue for yourself, or you want to become an expert in that category. It could be a certification. Again, pick any certification in the world, real estate, financial investments. I don't even know all of them out there. We obviously teach health coaches, right? So we certify health coaches. You can become a certified health coach in 12 weeks. You just need to put in the same exact work that I'm talking about. 30 minutes a day, every day. Right? And take the weekends off if needed, but you'll be able to do it. So then that leads to then what's the next goal? Well, maybe it's career-based, right? So if it's career-based, study something that's going to take you to that next level. Or if you're looking to build a website, well, you've got 30 minutes, 60 minutes every morning to write your About You page, write your services page, right? This is what we teach health practitioners to do, because you have an amazing knowledge that you're able to share with other people that could benefit greatly, and they begin to heal. Everybody wins. But you have to do it, right? And you have to carve out that time. It's only about time. So it's only about time. And you'll begin to really compress time into categories in space when you have a strong enough why. I'm going to give you a couple more. If you are ever looking to write a book or an informational report, you can do that. 30 to 60 minutes every single morning. It is going to get done like in a week. That's it. If you're looking to write a book, well, that'll take a little bit longer. But if you could write 5 pages a day after 90 days, what is that? Is that 5 times 90 is 400, right? Is that correct? 450. Yeah, it's 450, right? It's math and talking at the same time is not my strong suit. That's a 450-page book. You don't need to write a 450-page book. You write half that. So you write 5 pages a day, or even 2.5 pages a day, and you've got a 225-page book. Or maybe you do 5 pages a day, and then you finish it in 6 weeks, and you go edit it for the next 6 weeks. Remember, sky's the limit. You can get so much more done than you thought you could, but you actually need the time to do it. Really, that's really what all this is about. So another one, read a book on relationships, reading a book on spirituality. That's a great way to start the day. Remember, you always need your action plan ahead for the day, but it could also include, let's say your most important goal is health or body transformation. All right, well, you're going to wake up and work out. Okay, you're going to wake up and exercise to the degree that you feel comfortable. Could be cardio, could be body weight exercises, whatever works for you. And then you're going to meal prep for the day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Done. You can easily do that in the first 60 minutes of your day. Very easily. There's no doubt about it. And the biggest thing is this. You've got a little quiet time to yourself. Remember, if you've got children, you wake up, they wake up, and if you're all waking at the same time, it's just not the best way to start your day. If you want to be centered and your best for anyone in your household or your work, you want to wake up and be centered. You want to wake up, do a little bit of work on yourself, for yourself, which is not selfish, because everybody benefits from that. If you're a happier and healthier individual, everybody in your life benefits. Remember, when you're happier, you shine all that light onto other people. And when you're healthy, you actually have much more energy. You're going to get more accomplished. The other beautiful thing about waking up earlier in the morning is that it is quiet. If you've ever walked outside at 5:30 a.m., it's quiet. There are very few other individuals that are willing to do this. But if you are, you're going to move light years ahead in your business, in your health, in your body transformation, in your relationships, and in your spirituality. Because when you are better, you make everyone better. There's just no doubt about it. So hopefully today's podcast was helpful. I've got a few more podcasts to listen to today. If you head on over to episode 2040, StephenCabral.com/2040. And of course, I will be following up with this show next week, next Monday. So definitely stay tuned for that. And as always, if this show was helpful, please do feel free to share it with anyone else you believe it could serve.